Welcome back. In our last episode, we opened a door. We peered into the life of Alex, a man trapped in a gilded cage of modern success. And through his story, we defined what financial freedom truly is. It's not the glamorous pursuit of infinite riches, but the quiet, dignified pursuit of a single, powerful concept: choice. The response to that conversation was overwhelming. It seems that the feeling of being trapped and the deep, almost primal desire for an escape route is a universal one. Many of you reached out and said that for the first time, you felt a sense of hope. But hope, without a plan, is just a dream. A beautiful, but ultimately powerless dream. A map, on the other hand, transforms that dream into a destination. A map tells you where you are, where you're going, and most importantly, it shows you the path to get there. In our first conversation, we identified the destination. Today, we draw the path. This will be a long and detailed conversation. We will lay out the entire journey, step by step, from the deepest valley of financial despair to the highest peak of freedom. This is the complete roadmap broken down into 4 distinct stages and 12 concrete steps. It is the framework that took me years of trial and error to piece together, and today, I'm going to give it all to you. So find a quiet space, settle in, because the journey we are about to embark on is not just about changing your finances, it's about changing the entire trajectory of your life.
Today, I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of going step by step and revealing the big picture at the end, I'm going to show you the entire map right now. This is our journey. It might look long and intimidating, but every great journey is made up of small, manageable steps. Our task today is to understand each of these stages, starting from the very beginning, a place I call the danger zone. Stage 1, the danger zone. Before we can climb, we must first understand the valley. I call this first stage the danger zone because life here is defined by a constant low-grade hum of anxiety. It is a state of perpetual defense, of reacting to life's punches rather than proactively building a future. The air here is thick with stress, insecurity, and a gnawing feeling of being out of control. This is where most journeys begin.
Step 1. Debt. For the vast majority of young people, particularly in the Western world, the race of life doesn't start at the 0-meter line. It starts tens or even hundreds of meters behind it, with a heavy iron ball chained to their ankles. That iron ball is debt. They step out of university not with a diploma and a sense of boundless opportunity, but with a student loan statement that reads like the budget of a small country. This is more than a financial number. It's a psychological prison. Life in this step is a life of servitude to a number on a bank's ledger. Step 2. Paycheck to paycheck. This is the second and perhaps most insidious circle of the danger zone. You are living on a treadmill. The money that comes in at the beginning of the month has already been spent by the end of it. You are running as fast as you can just to stay in the same place. The Sunday scaries we spoke of in the last episode become your weekly ritual. Step 3. Financial fragility. Even if you are one of the lucky few, many people still exist in this final state, fragility. Your entire financial life is a house of cards. You are one single unlucky event away from total collapse. Life in this state is a life of walking on a tightrope without a safety net. This is not freedom. This is survival, disguised as stability. These 3 steps create a foundation of constant, quiet desperation. Our first mission is not to get rich, it's to escape the danger zone. And to do that, we must step into the light of the second stage, the stage of awakening.
To escape the danger zone, you need more than just hope. You need a plan. You need to stop being a passenger in your own financial life and get into the driver's seat. This brings us to the second and perhaps most critical stage of the journey. I call it the awakening. Stage 2, the awakening. This is the stage where you transform from a passive victim into an active architect of your finances. It's a stage defined by 2 things: brutal honesty and decisive action. It is the moment you stop hoping for a different life and start building one. Step 4. Financial awareness. Tracking. You cannot change what you do not measure. You cannot fight an enemy you cannot see. The first step of the awakening is the act of turning on the lights in a dark room. This means for the first time, you must become a detective and find out where your money is truly going. This isn't about restrictive budgeting. It's about pure, honest awareness. Using a simple spreadsheet or an app, track every single dollar you spend for 1 month. The results will shock you and provide the data you need for every step that follows. For the first time, you are no longer operating on assumptions. You are operating on data. You finally know where the leaks in your financial ship are, and now you can begin to patch them. Step 5. Destroy high-interest debt. With awareness as your new weapon, you now turn to face the first dragon you must slay: high-interest debt. This is your credit card debt, your personal loans, any debt with an interest rate that is actively working against you. It is a financial cancer, and you must eradicate it with surgical precision. There are 2 great strategies for this. The debt avalanche is the most mathematically efficient. You attack the debt with the highest interest rate first. The other, and my personal favorite for its psychological power, is the debt snowball. You list your debts from smallest to largest and attack the smallest one first. When it's paid off, you feel an incredible surge of victory. You take that momentum and roll it into the next smallest one. The snowball gets bigger and bigger, and your motivation skyrockets. Whichever method you choose, the goal is the same: to declare war on your debt and not stop until it is gone. Every dollar you send to the bank is another soldier fighting for your freedom. Step 6. Build your safety net, the emergency fund. Once the dragon of debt is slain, you must build your fortress. This is the wall you erect between your life and the chaos of the world. This is your emergency fund. An emergency fund is not an investment. It is an insurance policy against life. It is a dedicated pool of money, typically 3 to 6 months' worth of essential living expenses, parked in a separate, easily accessible, high-yield savings account. This fund is there so that when the car breaks down, when the medical bill arrives, when the job is lost, you do not panic. You do not go back into debt. You simply handle it. The process of building this fund is the process of buying your own peace of mind. It is the first taste of true financial security. Once you complete these 3 steps, you have officially escaped the danger zone. You are no longer fragile. You have control. You have a foundation. Now, and only now, are you ready to start building wealth. If you have completed stage 2, take a moment to appreciate what you've accomplished.
You are no longer financially fragile. You have control, and you have a safety net. You are already ahead of the vast majority of the population. Now we shift our focus from defense to offense. The goal is no longer just to survive, but to thrive. Welcome to Stage 3, where we build the engine that will power you to freedom. I call this stage the wealth-building machine. Stage 3, the wealth-building machine. This is the stage where your money starts working for you instead of you working for your money. It's a long stage, perhaps the longest of the journey, but it is also the most powerful. It is where compound interest begins to work its magic. Step 7. Increase your savings rate. Your savings rate, the percentage of your income you save and invest, is the single most important metric on your journey to freedom. It determines the speed at which your machine can be built. This is a two-front war. Front number 1, decrease expenses. You've already tracked your spending. Now it's time to optimize. Focus on the big 3: housing, transportation, and food. Cutting costs here is far more effective than skipping your daily coffee. Front number 2, increase income. Negotiate a raise, develop a new skill, start a side hustle. Every extra dollar earned is fuel for your machine. Your goal is to push your savings rate as high as you can sustainably manage: 15%, 25%, even 50% or more. Step 8. Invest consistently, fueling the engine. The money you save must be put to work. This is the fuel for your engine. The goal is not to get rich quick by picking winning stocks. The goal is to get rich for sure by owning a piece of the entire market. Open a low-cost brokerage account and begin consistently investing in broad market, low-cost index funds, like those tracking the S&P 500 or a total world market. You are not betting on a single company. You are betting on the long-term growth of the global economy. Step 9. Automate everything. Human willpower is a finite resource. You cannot rely on it to build wealth. You must create a system that protects you from yourself. You must automate everything. Set up automatic transfers. The day you get paid, a system should automatically move a set amount of money from your checking account directly into your investment account. This is called paying yourself first. Your wealth-building machine should run silently and automatically in the background of your life. You build wealth in your sleep. These 3 steps work in a virtuous cycle. You increase your savings rate, which gives you more fuel to invest. You automate that investment, which makes the process effortless and consistent. You repeat this month after year. And as you do, a magical force begins to take over. This is the stage where the journey becomes less about struggle and more about process. You are no longer just surviving, you are building.
For years, maybe even a decade or more, you have lived differently. You focused on the process, you invested consistently, and you let the power of compounding work its magic. And then, one day, you cross an invisible threshold. You enter the 4th and final stage of the journey, the destination we've been aiming for all along: financial freedom. Stage 4, financial freedom. This is the stage where money is no longer a primary factor in your life's decisions. It becomes a tool, not a master. This stage itself has 3 distinct milestones, each representing a profound level of freedom. Step 10. financial security. This is the first level of the summit. You have accumulated enough investments that the passive income they generate can cover your most basic survival needs: housing, food, utilities, and transportation indefinitely. What it means is this: you could lose your job tomorrow and know that no matter what, your essential needs will be met forever. You will never be destitute. This is the death of financial anxiety. Step 11. Financial independence. This is the milestone most people associate with the FIRE movement. At this point, your passive income is not just covering your basic needs, it's covering your current standard of living. What it means is that you can officially retire if you choose to. You no longer have to trade your time for money to maintain your lifestyle. The need to work is gone. The choice to work, however, remains. This is where you open up a vast new landscape of possibilities for your life. Step 12. Financial freedom. So what comes after independence? True freedom. This is the highest state, where your passive income is so abundant that it can cover the life you've always dreamed of living without you ever having to think about the cost. Money is no longer a factor. You have fully detached your life from its influence. You can pursue any passion, support any cause, or embark on any adventure knowing that your financial machine is running effortlessly in the background. This is the state where you can finally say the two most powerful words in finance: I'm out. You are now the captain of your ship, free to sail any sea you choose. And that is the map. 12 concrete steps across 4 stages. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a long, deliberate journey that requires discipline and patience. Along the way, you will make mistakes, as I have, but with this map, you will always know the direction. You now have the complete picture. You see where you are, and you see where you're going. The journey from the danger zone to financial freedom is not just about changing your bank account. It's about changing your entire life. It's about buying back your time, your most precious and non-renewable asset. In our next episodes, we will begin to zoom in, dedicating entire conversations to each of these crucial stages, breaking down the specific tools, tactics, and psychological shifts needed to advance. But for today, I hope seeing the full map has done for you what it once did for me: ignited a fire of inspiration and replaced a vague hope with a concrete plan. Thank you for joining me on this journey.